Let's have a look at how to filter our data. As you can see, I've got a table of data. It doesn't have to be defined as a table, but it does have to be a continuous list of information. And ideally, you've got titling at the top. If we want to find all the information relating to January, for example, or May, then we can use filtering to do that. So the starting position is to make sure your selection box is somewhere on that data. Some people like to select all the data first. You can do that, but it's not essential. Just make sure you've got at least one cell, not at least one cell selected. Now there's two ways to activate the filter. The first is on the Home tab, and then the Editing section, and the Sort and Filter icon, which is the one we use to do our sorts. We've now got Filter on this icon, and when I select Filter, it adds these drop-down arrow selectors to our column titles. Once we've done that, notice if I select the Sort and Filter icon again, I can click Filter again and toggle that option off. So it's like a toggle switch. It switches it on and off. I said there were two ways to get there, and there are. You can also use the Data tab, and from the Data tab we've got the Sort and Filter section that we can use. And there's Filter. So again, both ways are really just switching on or off the filtering mechanism. So let's have a look at how this actually works. In order to do a filter, we simply select the arrow on the column that we want to filter by. So if I want to find all the months of July, for example, so we select the month selector, and from there we can use these tick boxes to dial up the filter that we want to apply. First select the Select All, and that removes all the ticks. And there's July. Put a tick in the box by clicking once, then OK. And that filter is applied to your data. You can now only see the July data. If we click that tick box, that selector box again, we can clear the filter or go on and filter for some more. For example, if we want to look at July and March, then we put a tick in both of those boxes and OK. And there we can just see March and July. Let's have a look again. Let's this time have a look at text filters. And this allows us to do a little bit more complex filtering. For example, we can apply a text filter that will find everything that begins with whatever we type into this box. Let's just put a J in there. Everything that begins with J, and OK. And there it's found all the J's. So we'll look at that again. Text filters begins with J, but you can go a step further and add another criterion. Let's have and, or it would be, or equals March. So it begins with J or equals March. Let's see what happens. It's brought all the J's up, January, June, July, and also brought the March ones as well. Let's clear that. Clear filter. And that brings back your data. Now you can do filters in combination. So for example, we could find all the April, Decembers, Januaries and Junes. Okay, that's fairly straightforward. Once we've applied that filter, we can move across the columns to apply more filters. Let's just look for those in England. And OK. So there's just 3 out of those categories that are in England. We can just keep combining as much as we want. Now Greece and Ireland included. So that was, we can always remember what word if we hover over the selector, it shows us there what the filter is. So we're looking for April, December, January and June in England, Greece and Ireland. So you can combine things like that. Let's just clear those filters. Now remember, you can use the selectors to do that, or you can use the clear button, which is on the sort and filter section in the data tab. There, we've cleared that now. Just so I can show you a little bit more on the numbers. When we click on this, the number selector, again we can do the same as we've been doing by just looking for 0.13 or 0.16. But on the number filters, you can do things like looking for the top 10, and it will find you the 10 highest valued numbers. In fact, I say 10, but you can change it. It doesn't have to be 10, and it doesn't have to be top either. You could look for the bottom 10. Select OK, and there's the 10 highest valued sales. Let's clear the filter and have a look again. You can also do things like between. So that will allow you to find numbers that are greater than or equal to 0.16 and less than or equal to 0.37. So you're looking for values between those two items. So that's filtering. It's fairly straightforward. We're switching it on and off using the icon that's either in the data or the home. Once we've switched it on, we use the top drop-down selectors to dial up the filter that we want to apply. And we can keep it simple by just using these tick boxes to choose the ones that we want to apply, or we can go into the number filters and have a more complex filter.